Thanks for joining us for the news at noon. I'm China Green. The search continues for the arsonist accused of setting ballot boxes on fire this week in Portland and Vancouver. Evan Watson has the latest on the response to help protect your ballots.
Investigators are looking for whoever set fire to hundreds of ballots at this East Vancouver Dropbox location early Monday morning. The smoking and rained-on ballots were collected and brought back to the elections office.
We are still drying those out, and we're not yet ready to really begin processing those damaged ballots.
County Auditor Greg Kimsey says many people are reaching out for replacement ballots and checking to see if theirs was affected by the fire. The county replaced the burnt ballot box, and Whitaker is now one of the contracted workers that Clark County has hired to watch all 22 of its ballot box locations through Election Day.
It made me think that they take this very seriously, that it wasn't just like, oh, well, that happens. They literally immediately decided to protect the ballots.
She says election officials told her what to look out for and who to call. The Department of Homeland Security has issued warnings about people online talking about ways to target ballot boxes, according to a brief obtained by watchdog group Property of the People. In one memo, DHS said election infrastructure remains an attractive target for some domestic violent extremists, and states with more ballot drop boxes may be more at risk. For her part, Whitaker says she commends Clark County for adding ballot box watchers around the clock for the next week just to make sure people feel their votes are secure.
It puts value. It puts value to absolutely every single voice, and that to me says that people care.
Evan Watson, KGW News.
Election officials in Lane County are urging voters to use official drop boxes after a post office break-in on Monday. So Lane County officials say a key used to open some U.S. postal mailboxes was stolen. The break-in doesn't appear to have anything to do with the election, but officials still don't want voters dropping their ballots in either of the two affected mailboxes. The Lane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the break-in along with the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. In Washington, counties all across the state are stepping up security efforts around ballot boxes this week. The auditor in Thurston County area in the Olympia area say that election workers will start wearing protective suits when they collect ballots, and the county is going to remove ballots from the boxes more frequently. Other counties have installed surveillance cameras at drop box locations. Washington's elections director is encouraging all counties to increase security.
Yeah, so this individual's still on the loose, and so until they're apprehended, I think we'll all be uneasy that it could happen again, and so we're taking those proactive measures.
Washington voters can track the status of their ballot online at votewa.gov. Meanwhile, Oregon's top elected officials are calling for peace ahead of the vote count. In an open letter put out by the Portland Metro Chamber, leaders are asking in part for, quote, peaceful and constructive forms of civic participation and to continue to build a place that works for everyone. Some 100 elected officials signed on to the letter, including Governor Tina Kotek, both of Oregon senators, and Portland's mayor. This comes weeks after Portland police said it is ready to handle any possible protests or riots. Chief Bob Day says he has mandated every sworn officer in the Bureau to be on duty. Staying staff will be mandatory 12-hour shifts. And the City of Portland's Elections Division is reminding voters that when it comes to ranked choice voting, you can only rank one candidate as number one on your ballot. If you rank multiple candidates as number one, none of your rankings will count. Ranked choice voting is new for Portland this year, so a lot of voters still have questions, but we do have more information on how the process works at KGW.com. You can also find information on the City of Portland's website. And if you're still deciding who to rank in some of those local races, or if you're still undecided on some of our local measures, we put together an election guide to help you navigate through all those choices. You can text the word vote to 503-226-5088, and we will text you back with a link to the KGW election guide. Headed over now to Chris McGinnis to take a look at weather.
China, Umbrella Man, listen to the forecast this morning. He was prepared. Allow me to take you to Pioneer Square, looking down on that from the Pioneer Park building, and of course one of Portland's landmarks, the Umbrella Man there, and he is appropriately dressed. 49 degrees with rain out there right now. We picked up about a tenth of an inch of rain in the last 90 minutes here in downtown, and you can see here on the radar that we are getting soaked up and down the I-5 corridor as expected from Longview through Portland to Salem And over the last 3 hours, you can see the trend is to wash over the I-5 corridor. Now that moisture is beginning to make its way up into the Cascades as we roll into the lunch hour. There is a break in the steady rain now, just beginning to hit the Oregon coast. And I think you get a feel for that from this camera from the Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City. Earlier, we could not see Cascade head off in the distance, but the rain is definitely starting to lighten up just a little bit there, where it is also 49 degrees. And last but not least, up on the mountain, any snowflakes up there? Not yet, but there will be. There is a winter weather advisory in effect for the Cascades starting this afternoon. Cascades are going to get hit with pretty good snow overnight tonight and tomorrow. All right, 46 in Beaverton, 46 Wilsonville. We slide south to Salem. Salem checking in with 49 as well. The plan for the remainder of our afternoon is wet. Steady rain through about 2 or 3 o'clock, and then the rain becomes a little more occasional, showery in nature as we head into the evening, but I don't think it ever really shuts off. In China, you can see the temperatures don't go very far today either. Your trick-or-treat forecast and a look ahead to the weekend. That comes up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. After 9 months of negotiations, teachers in the Greater Albany School District have voted to authorize a strike. They say that they will hit the picket line starting November 12th if their union can't reach a deal with the school district. The district says if teachers go through with the strike on November 12th, it's likely all schools would be closed. We talked with the president of the teachers union, who says student safety, teacher workload, and higher wages are the biggest sticking points.
Our students have been the priority of this negotiation from the beginning, and safety is our number one priority. Our second priority is workload, and then the third one is wages and healthcare to allow for retention and recruitment. Like I said, we have teachers that can't afford to stay in this district.
District administrators say that they've made progress in mediation sessions and are disappointed that teachers voted to strike. Superintendent Andy Gardner adding that the district is committed to working with the union to avoid a strike. We are following new developments on day 48 of the strike involving 33,000 Boeing machinists. We have now learned that the union leaders returned to the bargaining table with the company yesterday. In a new statement overnight, the union said that they had productive face-to-face meeting. It's not clear when the two sides will meet again, but the strike is starting to impact plane deliveries. Southwest Airlines originally requested 85 737s from Boeing this year, and because of production delays, it's only expecting to get 20. American Airlines doesn't expect any MAX deliveries this year. It only expects to receive one 787, which is made in South Carolina. The delays stem from both the strike and ongoing changes Boeing is making around safety and oversight. Tigard police released new video that shows a driver who rammed into multiple police cars and nearly hit several officers. It turns out a Portland man had reported the vehicle stolen last Thursday morning and tracked it to a Walmart parking lot. David Mocha walks us through what happened next.
The squeal of rubber and the crunch of metal.
Get out of the car! Show me your hands!
Though the person behind the wheel of this stolen Mercedes Thursday, Tigard police say, doesn't want to listen. Boxed in by cops in the front, here's how it plays out in the back, with officers, weapons drawn, just steps away.
Look out, look out! Jesus!
We're trying to pull this thing out. Okay, they're coming up to you right now.
The driver speeds out of the Walmart parking lot, straight through a stop sign. Headed right for I-5, authorities say, at speeds too dangerous to follow. 4 days later, police with a canine track down the suspect, who runs through the woods, they say, then hides behind this trailer in a backyard on Southwest Cherry for over an hour, until crisis negotiators convince him to come out. The suspect, 47-year-old Richard Wilson of Portland, authorities say, now facing 20 charges. No one was injured. David Molko, KGW News.